Music and innovative British guitar legend, 7-time Grammy Award winner, and 2-time inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Jeff Beck, has passed following a sudden illness. He was 78 years old. On behalf of his family, it is with deep and profound sadness that we share the news of Jeff Beck's passing. After suddenly contracting bacterial meningitis, he peacefully passed away yesterday, his family said in a statement posted Wednesday on Twitter. His family asked for privacy while they process this tremendous loss, the statement concluded. He was born in Surrey, England in 1944, where he became fascinated with the electric guitar at age 6 after hearing Les Paul's How High the Moon on the radio. During and after his stint as a student in Wimbledon College of Art, he played with bands such as Screaming Lord Sutch and the Savages in 1962. He joined the popular group The Yardbirds, replacing Eric Clapton in 1965, embellishing their hits with an unprecedented use of feedback, sustain, and fuzz. At the time, he was joined by another legendary guitarist, Jimmy Page, who later went on to form Led Zeppelin. Beck was fired during a U.S. tour for being a consistent no-show who also had difficulties with perfectionism and an explosive temper. During the 20-month stint with the band, he recorded most of their top 40 hits, including Over, Under, Sideways, Down, Heart Full of Soul, The Shape of Things, and For Your Love. He formed the Jeff Beck Group in January 1967. The lineup endured several shakeups, but ultimately included Rod Stewart on vocals, Ronnie Wood on bass, Nicky Hopkins on piano, and Ainsley Dunbar on drums. Beck disbanded the group the night before Woodstock 1969, a move he later regretted. The group reformed in 1970 with a different lineup. In the 70s, he also recorded with bassist Tim Bogert and drummer Carmen Appice. He released an impressive collection of solo albums that showcased a fusion of various styles, such as jazz and funk, with heavier guitar rock in a one-of-a-kind style. Blow by Blow and Wired were recorded in the 70s and There and Back in 1980. He appeared on stage with David Bowie to perform Jean Genie, which was recorded and never released. He appeared with friend Eric Clapton at the Secret Policeman's Ball, which was a benefit for Amnesty International. In 1985, Beck released Flash, featuring a variety of vocalists, but most notably former bandmate Rod Stewart on a rendition of Curtis Mayfield's People Get Ready, released as a single with the music video that got a lot of airplay on MTV. His other numerous collaborations throughout his career include sessions with singer-writer Donovan in the 60s. In the 70s, he recorded with Stevie Wonder, Billy Preston, Stanley Clarke, the Jan Hammer Group, and the Bee Gees, and Peter Frampton in the soundtrack of the movie Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. In the 80s, he played on albums of Mick Jagger and Malcolm McLaren and the Bootzilla Orchestra, singles from Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind & Fire, Diana Ross, Tina Turner's smash Private Dancer, and rejoined bandmate Rod Stewart on the hit single Infatuation. In the 90s, he recorded with B.B. King, ex-Pink Floyd Roger Waters, Kate Bush, Buddy Guy, Seal, jazz guitarist John McLaughlin, Spinal Tap, John Bon Jovi, Brian May of Queen, ZZ Top, and the Pretenders. After 2000, he joined operatic giant Pavarotti, Tom Jones, Joe Cocker, Leanne Rimes, Wynonna, Morrissey, Cyndi Lauper, Suzi Quatro, and Josh Stone. He also recorded with Jerry Lee Lewis at this time. He recorded a new track with his reformed Yardbirds and played in movie soundtracks. Beck was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the Yardbirds in 1992 and as a solo artist in 2009. He scored 6 Best Rock Instrumental Performance Grammys, 1 Best Pop Instrumental Performance Award, and another Grammy for Best Pop Collaboration with Vocals, which was the Imagine Project with Herbie Hancock and others. Beck and Johnny Depp recently completed a tour in support of their 2022 album 18. Rolling Stone placed Beck at number 5 on its list of the 100 greatest guitarists in 2015. And here are the tributes. I can't express how saddened I am to hear of Jeff Beck's passing. Ozzy Osbourne tweeted, "What a terrible loss for his family, friends, and his many fans. It was such an honor to have known Jeff and an incredible honor to have had him play on my most recent album, Patient Number 9. Long live Jeff Beck." Heartbreaking news to report the late, great Jeff Beck has sadly passed, coming from Kiss singer-bassist Gene Simmons. "No one played guitar like Jeff. Please get a hold of the first 2 Jeff Beck group albums and behold greatness. R.I.P." Devastated to hear of the sudden and tragic death of legendary guitarist Jeff Beck, he was loved by everyone in the know, the guitarist's guitarist. "My condolences to his family and friends. R.I.P." British musician Paul Young wrote, "I was shocked to hear the very sad news of Jeff Beck's passing. Jeff was such a nice person and an outstanding, iconic, genius guitar player." Tony Iommi, founding member and guitarist for Black Sabbath, said, "There will never be another Jeff Beck. His playing was very special and distinctively brilliant. He will be missed. R.I.P. Jeff." Brian May of Queen said, "Jeff was completely and utterly unique and the kind of musician that is impossible to define. I was absolutely in awe of him." Mick Jagger said, "Music had lost one of the best guitar players in the world and a wonderful man." Former bandmate Rod Stewart said, "Jeff Beck was on a different world. He was one of the few guitarists who would listen to me sing and respond when we played live together. Jeff, my man, you were the best. We appreciate everything." Along with Les Paul, Jimi Hendrix, Eddie Van Halen, and Stevie Ray Vaughan, he truly was one of the greatest. This is Dan, Nowman. Nice wonder.
I mean, when you're sort of 11 and you hear this, like...